Hey guys, what's up? How are you? It's Tia. I haven't made a video in a while. Sorry about that. Anyway, today I just wanted to come on and talk a little bit about my personal experience being codependent. So last year, I found out that I was codependent, and it was kind of devastating because last year was a very rough year for me. My mother had passed away, and it was devastating. And she was very young, and I had spent most of my life taking care of her, just doing things for her. And last year, I started seeking out my healing, and I found out that I was codependent. So codependency looks different for everyone. So my codependent was pretty much with my sister and friends. Like, I always wanted to help them and save them and give them advice. I provided unsolicited advice to everyone, not everyone, just people that were really close to me. And I wanted to please them, especially women. I had the mother wound, so I always wanted to just help them and just give them information, just to save them. I just wanted to make their lives better. And it was emotionally draining. I was so drained. So what I did was I reached out to some people and I aligned my soul. It was the greatest thing ever. And last year I continued to see my clients and I continued to, work on myself. I kept my life together, even though my mom was going through chemotherapy and dying. I kept my life together. I still managed to go to the gym. I fast. I actually wrote my books. I did everything I needed to do to heal from it. But one of the first things to heal from codependency, what I did was I had to find out what my purpose was in life. I found out what my purpose was. I said, you know what do I want to do? What is my purpose? What do I want to do? Not what anybody else wants to do. Not what my sister, not what my friends, not what, my godmother, not what anybody. What do you want out of life? I figured that out, and that really helped me. And I dove deeper into my spirituality. My spirituality saved my life. That's why I never post about it on the internet, because I just did not want people to be in my business, and I just didn't want them giving me the wrong energy, the wrong frequency. I did not want the lower frequencies, so I didn't post about it on Facebook or anything like that. But so I started figuring out what I wanted and what I needed to do, and I said, you know what, this is what I want. And then I just started making plans about, okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to make myself feel better? I started doing the shadow work, which was wonderful. And then I started doing the codependency exercises. I started self-reflecting, and I would get a journal and I would write down all my positive traits and all my negative traits. And I'm like, okay, why do you want to help this person? What about you? You're giving so much to everyone else. And my codependency habit, you have to be very careful, because what it does is it will affect your other relationships. Like, codependency not only affects platonic relationships, it also affects your romantic relationships as well, because it affected my relationships with my friend. And because you're so codependent, you want to give, you want to please, you will be emotionally exhausted giving to the world. It's very important that you learn how to preserve yourself. You always hear me talk about that constantly, because I just really feel like that's something that women have to, get back to doing. But I get over things really, really fast. Once I identify the problem, if I identify the deficit, I'm able to find an intervention for myself. So I guess that's part of being a practitioner. But just identifying those problems, self-reflecting, and I did a lot of guided meditations. I did tons of them. I would meditate. I would literally be up 2-3 o'clock in the morning meditating, because I would be so anxious. Another thing that I would do also for myself is I would get up and I would exercise, and I would dance, and I would help kind of put the endorphins back in my body, and it would just help me clear. I was born into a Christian family, and once I started realizing that I was intuitive and I was clairsentience, that means when you see clearly, I started realizing that I had a lot of clairabilities, clairvoyance, clairaudience. I started realizing that I had these abilities, and I started strengthening these abilities. And I healed my mother wound with my mother realizing that I could connect with her spirit and that she was always with me. So that's something that really, really helped me. But you know what, like I said, I still seen all my clients. I still, maintain my relationship, and I still was able to, just heal myself, and realizing I really, really started diving deeper into astrology and, just like with my life path. And that really, really helped me realize that I need to, because my karmic past I was all about doing things for other people. And I realized that I need to do things alone. That's part of the, the Aries North Node. So I started, just diving deep into myself and just doing things alone and getting away from that karma. And that really helped me a lot. And I'm super proud of myself, because everything that happened last year, guess what? I still managed to, hold on one second. I wrote this book, How to Travel with Limited Funds. I wrote this book, How to Travel to 5 Countries in 8 Days. I wrote this book, How to Travel Safely International. And I have a background in finance. I have a life in finance. And I wrote this book, How to Become Your Highest Self and Achieve Financial Freedom. So I still managed to keep my life together. I didn't have a nervous breakdown. I said, you know what? I committed myself to healing. Whenever you're going through a deficit, just commit yourself to healing and shadow work, guided meditation, self-reflecting. I went to therapy. I got out of they discharged me really fast. I was before I started going through the thing with my mom, I knew that I needed healing. I was very, very real about what I needed. I knew what I needed. I knew I needed to save myself. And I also started getting into Reiki last year. Reiki is very important. But, just being around high energy people, my sister actually saved me a lot. She really helped me a lot getting through it, and I'm doing really well with it. She's always with me. But yes, so anyway, to sum up this video, codependency. If you are codependent, codependency basically is when you overthink things, when you are a people pleaser, when you rely on other people for things, when you are emotionally exhausted, when you're a giver, when you're giving way too much to the outside forces. Like I said, identify your purpose in life. What do you want to do? That's the first thing that you can do. You can also, there's many of guided meditations that you can do for codependency. You can also just self-reflect, get a journal and write down your negative and positive thoughts. And you can also seek a therapist if it's really serious. There are some online Facebook support groups that I joined. It was really helpful as well. But that's what you can do to heal your codependency. Just be mindful of your behaviors. And then what I did was I opened up to my family and friends about it. And I asked them, I said, listen, I have a really good friend. I said, I need you to call me out on my BS. Please let me know if I'm being too codependent, if I'm giving you unsolicited advice. And they were really helpful in helping me. So it was something that was truly, truly helpful for my codependency. But anyway, guys, this is just my personal story about being codependent. So I hope this is very helpful. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Big kiss. Bye-bye.